gather round the warehouse, y'all, it's time to load the truck. Doc's Dynasty Hour is rolling in. Tim Karanak's got the luck. Doc Eisenhower's riding shot.
Welcome to Doc's Dynasty Hour. This is your host, Tim Kanak. You can find me on X at Fantasy Aceball. And we have, of course, the great and powerful Doc Eisenhower in the West, in the Wild West. You are in your natural habitat. Doc Eisenhower, how does it feel to be in the Wild West?
Yeah, so I missed spring training. Apparently that was a few months ago. I came to Arizona and I thought I was going to go catch some spring training games. Apparently missed that. Awkward. It's fun, man. It's nice and warm, blue skies, sunny skies. The lighting here is brutal. I left my pretty light at home, my pretty boy light at home, but at least I got a chamoy. Any Mexican listeners out there?
Chamoy? If you want to make it sound French.
Not chamoy. Like that's definitely not what they would call that.
Chamoy.
Chamoy.
How does it taste? Does it taste like tomatoes?
No, the chelada, which we'll be introducing in a few minutes, reintroducing. I had that on this podcast once before in South Texas, and so I'm a huge fan of like tomatoes. It turns out.
Return of the chelada. Yeah, tomato beer. Are you a Bloody Mary guy?
Yeah, I had one this morning.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
I'm starting to really realize I got like a tomato problem.
You got a Bloody Mary thing, a tomato problem. All right. Well, we gotta make sure that Doc, you guys sign up and subscribe to MLB Data Warehouse so that Doc can start a tomato garden in his house. So he can buy some tomato plants, buy a nice little sprinkler, and start a little tomato garden so that he can make his own enchiladas. All right, moves that we made this week. Doc, I'm going to start in a 20-teamer last week, right before Tatsuya Imai came back. I traded him for Willy Adames, and Willy Adames has been like fire ever since then. So I definitely took advantage of someone in the 20-team league trading Imai for a struggling Willy Adames, who has had like an amazing week ever since I acquired him. How do you like that deal?
I remember when we didn't learn our lesson from Roki Sasaki, and everyone said, of course Imai is going to be – he needs to be your one – he has to be the unanimous number one guy in FYPDs. And I didn't do it. I shouldn't even have him in my top 10 apparently, but I did not have – I don't know where I had him, but it was not number one. That's for dang sure. I just think that I said it before, and I'll say it again. It's a different game over here. And so some guys will come in and they'll crush it. Some guys will take some time. Maybe he'll figure it out later on, but the returns are not promising for Mr. Imai so far.
Oh, Sean Connery made a special appearance onto the podcast.
It was organic too. It was like accidental Connery.
Rock. Yeah, since I traded for Willy Adames, he is 11 for 36 with 2 bombs, and he's hitting 333 with that. So 173 WRC plus. Willy Adames, the return of the Adames. Maybe also Devers and Devers started playing well too at the same time as Adames. I don't know what's up with that. It's like they finally were like, should we start trying? I guess. Okay, let's go. 16-team odd new league. I am selling because I had way too many pitcher injuries. And I talked to John about this trade. What do you think about it, Doc? I traded a $35 Brent Rooker, a $6 Gabby Moreno, a $7 Drew Rasmussen for a $2 Ryan Walschmidt, a $4 Carter Jensen, and a $2 Ianson.
I mean, that seems like a great deal. like I hope I can get a deal like that for my $11 million Rooker in our salary cap league. Yeah, Walschmidt's probably gonna be a stud. Carter Jensen's a stud. Ianson could be solid. We'll see, but I guess I still don't buy in with Rasmussen and just the injury history. He's obviously elite when he's on, but I think Rooker's going to come back and have a great. Is it just me, or does it feel like we're already entering the second half, but we're not? Is that me?
We are 1/3 or one. I think we're at 40 games or something. So we're
not that deep.
Yeah,
we're not that deep.
25%.
Yeah. So again, like it's just gonna always be like this from now on. Like we're gonna feel like now is forever. And so because Rooker's been banged up and slumped early on, people are probably writing him off mentally, if not actually. So I think he's going to be worth something, but that salary there makes it a nice deal for you for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Edwin Arroyo is a dude that I have added in multiple leagues over the last week and a half or so. Are you in on Edwin Arroyo or an out?
I mean, I'm a we'll see. Man, isn't this guy been like a top prospect since like 2019 or something?
He was like a really high prospect. I think like 2022, he was a top 100 prospect for me when he was with the Mariners. Then they traded him to the Reds in the Luis Castillo deal, and then he got hurt and it's like a whole year. And now he last year he was bad, and then this year he's good. Maybe sometimes I think it's a shoulder injury, and he missed like a whole year with a shoulder injury. Shoulder injuries for hitters are like long recovery times, and you see it takes a while for those guys to kind of come back into their groove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's making more sense. If he's only 22, but I'm like, yeah, he had to be a youngin. So he was 17 back in 2021 and making some noise, I guess, at that stage or, not too long after that. Because, when these guys start out so young, like Sebastian Walcott's going to come back. We're going to be like, yeah, was he 25 now? And, I don't know, man. I'm rooting for the guy because I love a nice comeback story. So I hope it works out for you.
Yeah, and I know you love this 83% contact rate and 92.3% zone contact. So that's pretty sexy right there, hitting 345 with decent EVs. These are not like elite by any means, but they're good enough for a middle infielder. 103.7 90th, 109.1 max, 90.4 average. It's like slightly above average for a middle infielder. But if you're going to make that kind of contact and make average-ish power or average EVs with steals on the side, pretty solid player, I think, and could be up pretty soon. And last but not least, you and I both had this written down, and it's hilarious. You sent me a text message, and I didn't even know Esmeralyn Valdez got called up, and then it said on your text message, like you have him in 7 leagues or something activated. So Esmeralyn Valdez, you and I are both in on him. I added him. You added him. Talk about Esmeralyn Valdez coming up with the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, I put him as a top 25 prospect back on a new ball. So just a heads up, folks, I've been out of it for like 2 weeks. I've been my mom came down from Canada. I wanted to spend time with her. I've been just trying to spend some time with family and kind of put this all on pause. I didn't do a Sunday smoke last week. I won't do one this week. I'm not stepping away. Obviously, I'm doing a podcast right now, but I need to get back into ball. So some of my takes may feel a little bit outdated compared to usual, where I'm 100% right and never wrong. And in one of those cases is going to be Esmeralyn Valdez, because, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't be excited about him. Of course, it's MLB. It's a big jump. Probably not going to go right the way we want it to off the bat. But then again, sometimes you have these guys who come up and they have that week of glory, 2 weeks of glory. Sometimes they just, it clicks. And then, like, look at Colson Montgomery last year, right? After struggling in the minors, comes up. So you never know how they're going to write their story. But, there could be some strikeouts, but he seems to take a nice walk as well. Almost a 400 OBP, a 381 OBP down in the minors. Let's check those. Look at and those EVs are pretty solid.
108.4 90th, 114 max. And something to note, yelling at John here, look at this. He has not updated our tableau since 5/17. It has been 4 days since John has updated the tableau. So everybody go on X, yell at John and say, what the hell is wrong with you? You're supposed to update this thing every single day. But the good news is the F scores are updated. So these are the updated F scores, because that's something that only runs twice a month. So 129 power on the F score for Esmeralyn Valdez.
Yeah. So, and I will say, the reason I said I don't know ball right now is, I didn't even make any ads this week. I made some last week. Actually, I probably made a couple. I always make a couple like fill-ins on my 30-teamer. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If you're a 30-team like a 30-team player listening, I picked up Ryan Kreidler from the Twins. Got a home run the other night. I have no idea if that's going to work out. This is just like not even worth mentioning, but
I have him too, dude. I picked him up in the MLB data warehouse one.
I picked up this Mickey Gasper guy too, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know, I'm just like throwing darts here, see what happens. He's actually crushing it. That guy's got a 344 batting average so far. We'll see. Just throwing darts there, and Nothing
Mickey
really interesting.
Gasper sounds like a 1920s alcohol runner.
It might
in
be
Chicago.
Gaspé. You never know. You know who? Okay, well, there is someone who I picked up a couple weeks ago who I was kind of intrigued by. See how he's doing. Less good, but this TJ Antone. You know this guy?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
he's
been
like
ar- he's been gone for years. I
yeah.
remember he was with the Reds, and like I liked him back when he was with the Reds when he first debuted. He was pretty solid. Is he back? I didn't even know.
Back. Yeah, yeah, he's 32 now. So I guess that's like kind of a fun comeback story. I think yeah, he got a rogue save, and I think they were throwing him in there. He's getting some strikeouts, starting to let some runs in now. So we'll see. It may be a brief run, but yeah, these are the 30-teamer scraps I'm just picking up off free agents.
I like that rogue save as a former Rogue Wave fan. We got TJ Antone 91 of stuff 102 control. Ooh, rough F scores, but hey, you'll take the saves. All right, let's get to the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, so number one.
You just say yeehaw. Where's
right,
my yeehaw? Come on.
Yeehaw!
There we go. That was a good one. That was brilliant. Okay, Doc's Magnificent Seven. Number one, Troy Johnson.
Yeah, we're starting it off really sexy. These guys have no order, no rhyme or reason now. It's just kind of like, yeah, let's go. Let's make sure I service the fans. I want to service you, fans. I want to please you. So Troy Johnson is one of those not sexy guys, but he's still like deeply unrostered. Like, what's this in Yahoo? He's I think he's 8% rostered. Yeah, 8% rostered in Yahoo right now. Not like he needs to. He's what has he got, like a 300 average or something like that. His savant is not. What's that?
324.
324 average, 384 OBP. Like, guys, come on. Like, you can. Yeah, he's platooning. He's probably not going to be a league winner, I would say, but he's a late bloomer who's always kind of hit the ball in the minors. It was just a weird situation where he just never got a call up for a while. He's got more power than this, although his bat speed's not amazing, but he's been able to find home runs, and obviously he's playing in Colorado. Although some people are arguing in recent years that playing in Colorado actually helps your hits more than your power, whereas maybe Cincy's more of the actual power king or power hotbed these days. Anyway, but yeah, so you look at Johnson's profile, like he finds the sweet spot for his launch angles, squares up the ball. He's like a dangerously impoverished Alec Burleson. So poor man's, you know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't put him in the same boat, but I mean, I guess he's not that far off. He's doing good work out there on the baseball. Back of the baseball card loves him. So Troy Johnson, if he's just hanging out there in one of your leagues, you could probably do worse, especially, if he's got that first base and outfield eligibility like he should, I think, in most leagues. So
somehow in 45 games, Doc, this guy has not hit one pop-up. Like literally 0% pop-up rate. How does that even happen?
He's just elite, man. That's Troy Johnson for you. Also got like that classic boring name.
Yeah. Not wasting outs. He does have a 417 BABIP. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I think it's solid. Number two here is with the one and only Thomas White, who you had on the list last week. And now he's on the IL.
2 weeks ago. What? 2 weeks ago.
Now he's on the IL. How do you got him? Why you got Thomas White here again, Doc?
I have Thomas White ... question mark. What do we do? Yeah, I hate it, but I love it. In 2026, in an era where we know everything and every metric is analyzed, and you still have teams out there like doing undisclosed IL trips with like the best, maybe one of the, if not the best pitching prospect in baseball. Come on, guys, give us something here. So the reason the reason I am still putting him on your buy list is like, this might be, if he gets hurt, this kind of takes the wind out of the sails a little bit when he was about to be the next Robbie Snelling. Rip Robbie Snelling, very disappointing, obviously, but this gives a clear opening if this is just something like an illness or maybe a foot problem or anything but your shoulder or arm, please, sir. Don't have a broken finger either. Just as long as his pitching mechanisms are all good in terms of his upper body, things that won't keep him out for like half a year or longer, then we're happy about that. So even if he misses a month, let's say, doesn't matter. He's going to get the shot this year. Robbie Snelling going down stinks, but if Thomas White, my goodness, can just stay healthy, yeah, there's a road in front of him here. So it's not going to necessarily be clean overnight. Like it's probably going to get blown up a bunch, but then he'll have some high strikeouts. It'll be an interesting year. There will not be a complete polish, but I think there'll be some really bright spots. And next year, if he can stay healthy and get some reps and get some pitches in at some innings at the major league level, it'll go a long way for his development.
I think there's a chance they don't even know what's wrong with him, and they're just trying to figure out what's up because over the last 2 starts, 6 innings, he gave up 6 earned runs, including 2 home runs, with 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. And so he had only given up 11 runs on the whole year, and 6 of them were in the last 2 starts.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like, hey, something's off here. The last 2 starts were bad, and like you don't look right. Let's figure that out. Maybe like something happened with his mechanics.
Yeah.
Maybe he's compensating for like a soreness or something like that. And they're just like, all right, let's put the foot down on the brakes here and figure this out before the train gets off the tracks. I think that's more what it is than like an actual real injury. And not to mention Snelling just got hurt and needs Tommy John. So they're probably like, the obvious move that the fans want is they're going to want us to call up our next top pitching prospect, but we don't want that to happen. So let's just put him on the IL so that they won't be calling him up. They won't be like yelling for us to call him up for the next couple of weeks. So we can figure this thing out.
That's funny. That's a crazy conspiracy, but yeah, maybe a bit of both. Like maybe a bit of both. Yeah, but
the Marlins, man, it's the Marlins. Every time they win, they trade everyone. This is that team. So I would not put any conspiracy theories past them. Miami is where all those guys met before JFK got killed. Lee Harvey Oswald and the Cubans and whatever, all those people all met in Miami. So Miami's the place for conspiracies. Cocaine Cowboys. Number 3, Bryce Eldridge.
Bryce Eldridge. What if I told you in his disappointing start to 2026 in the major leagues, what if I told you he has a 87% zone contact percentage and 75% contact rate? Like that's great, right? He's probably doing really well. No, he's like, on the surface, it's not so hot. But yeah, it's actually, if you look at his metrics, he's expected to have like a 250 batting average right now. That would go a long way. He's hitting the ball really hard. And so if he's making decent contact, this is going to be a guy who might take a little while, but when he figures it out, it's going to be loud. And frankly, he doesn't have to figure it all out all at once to make a fantasy impact. Like he could be more of a, hack and slash kind of guy. So he'll just like accidentally find 20 home runs. Despite his park doesn't matter just because of who he is. And of course he'll get some games in Colorado, right? That'll help him out. So it'll be an interesting run going forward. Hopefully he can get the playing time. That's the big thing. But yeah, people are probably getting a little lukewarm on him. I didn't want to talk about Jack Caglione again. I know we've talked about him a bunch early in the season, but it feels very similar, right? It's kind of just a sleeping giant. And I think going forward, you have to treat all of these guys like Jordan Walker now. Like, okay, well, this could take 3 years, but you actually have to have patience for it because when it happens, it can be very special.
Yeah, the Giants are being so silly here. Like, you call up your top prospect, he plays every other game. He only has 2 at-bats against lefties the whole year, and he has a 190 BABIP. It's like, how is he going to figure it out and get out of a funk if, number 1, you're not even playing him against lefties at all, and number 2, you're only playing him half the time? It's like, you got to give him playing time and room to grow. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. So this is kind of like a Vitello Giants thing where they got to get together and be like, hey, either we should just let him hit AAA because we just obviously are not going to use him here, or like let him figure it out at the major league level. But like stifling your top prospect is kind of a silly thing to do. Number 4, Kyle Harrison, former Giant, former Red Sox. There's the Chelada.
The Chelada from Seoul.
Oh, yeah. Tomato and lime. There you go.
Yeah.
That's not a Bloody Mary. That's like a bloody.
It's like a bloody beer.
A bloody Pedro.
So that's the sound. That crack there. That's the sound of Kyle Harrison winning right now, man. He's starting to flash these double digit strikeout games. It's just it's crazy how it all works sometimes, right? This guy was written off not too long ago as well. So, like really people were just assuming that it was over despite him being just 24 years old and pitching. Pitchers can take even longer than hitters sometimes to figure it out. The Charlie Morton, right? So Kyle Harrison, all of a sudden, like the metrics are backing him up. He's starting to look like potential frontline starter. Well, it's a 45 inning sample size. That's not tiny, and we know he was a former top prospect. He's doing it all right now. So
Brewers.
I was gonna say the Brewers. If anyone's gonna tap into it,
yeah, Brewers, baby. He goes from San Francisco, where he's got 89 stuff plus on the fastball. And now he has a 108 stuff plus on the fastball, a 105 overall stuff plus, 24.6 K minus walk this year. Insane. 287 Sierra. And his whip is actually under 1.2. He's got a 107 whip. And this is always my argument to John. You want to throw first pitch strikes. John's like, it doesn't matter. It's a strike or a ball. That's all that matters. First pitch strike rate this year, 67% for Kyle Harrison. And I'll tell you, my son goes to a hitting coach, and the hitting coach played up to AAA, and he was a coach for the World Baseball Classic for Team Spain. And this guy talks all the time. You got to be ahead in the count as a hitter. You got to be ahead. So it really matters. Like if you're a hitter and it's 1-0, like if it goes 2-0 especially, then they got to throw one in the zone. So you just wait for your pitch. So first pitch strikes do matter. And you get the advantage the whole rest of that bat as the pitcher. Okay. You ready? Or you got more on Kyle Harrison?
I'm good for now on Kyle Harrison.
Ready for the man, the myth, the legend, Michael McGreevy, the greatest pitcher in the history of baseball?
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely the best pitcher since Cy Young. He's probably renamed the award soon to the Michael McGreevy Award for Greatest Pitcher of the Year. Or, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably it. It's fun, man, because this guy was actually a scout the stat line darling for a while. Shout out to old STS. He was never looking sexy. He was looking like the classic, boring Cardinals pitching prototype, and maybe he is. And maybe he is. And looking at his savant here is very funny because it does not believe in him at all. It's How do the Tim? Well, the pitching run value is high. The fastball run value is extremely high. The off speed, like a lot of these pitches, they seem to it loves him, but the xERA hates him. What does John have him at? Or what's your F scores at? What are we doing over here?
Oh, they don't like him at all because everything under the hood is terrible. So anything that models anything that's like based on under the hood stuff, like he's just like a back of the baseball card darling, and that's basically it. I mean, he's an 11.5 K minus walk rate. His swing strike rate's under 9%. Something funny, John's J.A. Sierra actually kind of likes him a little bit. 395 J.A. Sierra. It's just because of the fact that he's just not giving up very much damage, right? Like he's not giving up homers. And it's not even like he's a major ground ball guy. This isn't like an Andre Palante 60% ground ball rate guy. He just figures out a way to not give up hard contact somehow, and he's amazing when it comes to locations. He just locates. And I talked to John about him a little bit, and I'm like, look, man, he's just Kyle Hendricks 2.0. It's cool. You don't walk guys. It's okay if you give up a solo shot. He's not giving up 2 or 3 run homers because he's not walking guys. And if you just do that, and you got a solid defense behind you, got Mason Wynn behind you, and guys like that, then you're gonna be all right. Like you got
Tarps off behind you.
Through. Yeah, exactly. He's just a quality start machine. He's so efficient too. This guy pitches innings. So he's just a quality start machine. Just goes out there, throws innings. Like he's like a perfect number 4 or 5 starter. Like you really don't want this guy to be like the ace of your team. Like
don't tell me what I want and don't want. You don't know me.
This guy is like the perfect number 4 starter. This is like Bartolo Colon at the end of his year. We're just like, dude, just go out and throw innings and only give up 3 runs and we're cool. And he's going out there and only giving up 1 or 2 runs and making it happen. So, like, I like what he's doing. And I think it's sustainable because he's done it for 3 years now. So it's not like this is a miracle. Like, hey, how's he doing this? It's like, no, he's always done this. Like his rookie year, he was doing this too. 196 ERA in 23 innings in his rookie year. So I mean, like he just makes it happen. This is what he does. 125 WHIP last year. He just doesn't walk guys.
He's a stud.
All righty. Number 6 is Chandler Simpson. Talk about speed. I need speed.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like this is more just like a shout out to a guy where I was hoping. This is also a funeral for Victor Scott, at least in the short term. We were having conversation before the podcast, but I was like, the thing is with Victor Scott, he doesn't need to even be a good hitter. He just needs to be like kind of not that bad all the time. And then Tim started going off about, oh no, because the outfield's crowded, it's got talent. And I said, no, you don't understand. I mean to have an MLB career, because right now that's like, I'm not worried about Victor Scott not having a job now. I'm like, that's definitely going to be an issue in the imminent future. But like having a career is going to be tough. Chandler Simpson, I'm not sure if necessarily his defense is as good as Victor Scott's, but he's doing a lot better at the plate. So he's got like almost a 300 average. He's stealing tons. He's on pace to steal 50 bags maybe. So he's doing that's the thing, right? Like he's a guy who you should be able to plug in on your fantasy team and get you 40 to 50 stolen bags without hurting your average, while helping your average significantly, and not hurting your OBP. So. Should be interesting to see how his career trajectory goes out. He's just going to have the right team believe in him. So far,
I mean, he's never going to hit home runs, but 96.3% zone contact. This guy has almost a career 95% zone contact. He has good swing decisions. He's not. That's the difference. The difference between Victor Scott and Chandler Simpson, is the swing decisions. It's not even really like the contact. It's like. It's not regular contact rates, it's zone contact rates. Chandler Simpson has a much better eye at the plate, and he makes better swing decisions. And that's the difference. But 6 caught stealing this year. What? How does this guy get caught stealing?
That's not good. Yeah, I have to watch that moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. And number 7 is our boy Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, yeah, it's like I feel like for a few years now he's kind of been under the radar, which is crazy considering how he's historically been viewed as one of the faces of baseball. I think people are forgetting that when you're a superstar, and they don't want to call him a superstar, they don't want to call him a stud anymore. But this is what he's capable of when he's on his game, right? I mean, he's basically been 30 home runs in 24 and 27 home runs last year. Hasn't been like super duper healthy. I think he's been playing through things, but those are still like fine numbers, right? And he's already got 12 this year. So if he can keep this going, this train moving along, he can probably breach 30 home runs. And a lot of guys are doing that with good ratios. And, I'm not sure if he's going to steal 20 bases again in his career, but he's 33, which is only 33. When you're a superstar, when you have that, and let's just say if you're going to be picky about it, he's at least a star, a very good one. They don't typically age the same way as like your average MLB player who's had a few good seasons. This is a guy who's been a stud since he got in the league, and that means he could, if anyone's going to play to like 40, do like a Freddie Freeman sort of deal, it's going to be Bryce Harper. So what does that mean? That means wait till he's like you're going to have like possibly 5+ years of prime left. I would say good baseball left, including some very good baseball, including right now may be still his prime, right? Like we could see a 40 home run season between now and when he's 35, and I don't think anyone would be shocked. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is necessarily a buying moment for you, but again, like I don't think the world's on fire for him like they used to be either. So if maybe someone's looking to rebuild or retool and they want to move on from this quote unquote old guy, go ahead and do it. Remember Paul Goldschmidt, right? Like it's fallen off, but it took a while. So you look back at Paul Goldschmidt's age 33 season, you're like, oh God, or I don't know how that season looks, but that era in his mid 30s was still crushing baseballs.
Yeah, I would say that Harper has at least a good 3 years left in him. of 30-10 production as long as he's healthy. So 30 bombs, 10 steals, could do a lot worse than that. And also, he's in the middle of an amazing lineup, too.
Yeah.
All right. All hat, no cattle. Who is the biggest phony of the week, Doc? Who are you staying away from?
I just enjoy that chilada. Luke Rayleigh. This is like, it feels like an easy one. I don't even like it because everyone knows, but Luke Rayleigh, he went for $1 in our Otnu. I was thinking I should have probably bid on him, but I saw his Savant page again, and I was like, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But he does this every so often, right? He'll give you this really hot streak, this real big hot streak, and just crush baseballs, be like the top 10 player in the league. And then he'll go ice cold again because he's still got a 35% strikeout rate. He's still whiffing. Like, I think the worst whiffs in the league basically is whiff rate. So,
yeah, 23.7%.
It's not good. It's not good. His whiff percentage.
Even Michael McGreevy can get a whiff off of him.
Yeah. It says here his whip percentage is 45%.
45. Oh.
Doesn't seem good. So this is shocking, though. This is and maybe can we do this? Can we try this out? 83rd percentile sprint speed from like 6'3", 235. Yeah, I know he's been like that before. Look, yeah, I'm looking in 2023. He was 86th percentile. Like, hey, can we let him run? Because if he can run, he got like 2020. You got 2020, Luke Rayleigh? Okay, we'll put up with the slumps. Come on, let's do it.
It is Seattle. They let Josh Naylor run. Might as well let Luke.
He must
Rayleigh
not like
run.
running.
Yeah, or it just depends on where he's hitting in the lineup.
Yeah.
You done on Luke? No more Luke?
Yeah, I mean, it's basic. Like, yeah, ride it out. But yeah, hopefully you didn't like invest too much of your fab in him.
Cold hand Luke, not cool hand Luke. Huckleberry of the week. I got Emmett Sheehan. So Emmett Sheehan, at the beginning of the year, I saw all kinds of people talking crap about him, saying they don't like him anymore. They want to trade him. He sucks. Yada, yada. He now has a 19.7 K- walk rate on the year, a 3.35 Sierra against a 4.93 ERA. He hasn't had incredibly bad luck on the year. He's almost a whole one run difference between his ERA and his Sierra. So if you want to buy on someone who people are down on for like no good reason at all, just because he had like a rough 2 starts or whatever, like after his first 2 starts, this is where we're at on Sheehan right now, Doc. After the first 2 starts, he has had a 23.4 K- walk rate, only a 5% walk rate.
Talk about his back in the baseball stats.
Yes, but that's with bad luck. That's with a 3.12 BABIP. So like he's been really good, even despite even despite the bad luck. So Emmett Sheehan, I think, is just a screaming buy. J.A. Sierra has a 297 Sierra on him, almost a 16% swinging strike rate. He's been phenomenal. People should be getting Emmett Sheehan.
I don't know about that. He's you were actually selling me on him. I like the idea. I still do, and maybe it works out. But yeah, he's got to show us he can put it in the innings. Back of the baseball card is still greasy, and including his last game. Right, wasn't a good one.
His velocity has been up. By the way, he's throwing the fastball at 95 now. So velocity.
Why is he having a bad game at any point in time? You know who doesn't have a bad game? Michael McGreevy. Maybe he should start throwing 89 miles an hour.
Yes, that is the key. All right,
who is your high 80s? Michael McGreevy and Cy Young. Yeah, coincidence.
Jamie Moyer. Who is your Huckleberry of the week?
I don't know. Let's take a look. Forgot. Samuel Basayo. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a funny thing. You know, Chase Burns has been crushing it. I've been checked out, but Tim's telling me that people aren't really giving too many shout outs to Burns. And then, you know, you look at Basayo, another former top prospect, absolutely crushing baseballs. You know, whiff's not 100% great. Like the approach isn't 100% polished. Yeah, sorry, the 21-year-old's not 100% polished. But yeah, back to the baseball cards love him. 277 average, 336 OBP. It's okay, but he's really been catching fire the last month. I don't have his stats in front of me right now, but I just know that he's been very solid. And again, like 21 years old. We're talking about like Jordan Walkers and Jack Caglioni's and and Bryce Aldridge and how long these things might take. And of course, this could just be a peak before some valleys for Basayo. But yeah, over the last month, really been turning it on with a 364 batting average, 388 OBP, 4 bombs. I mean, like, what do you want, right? I think he's doing very well. So if the whole league, again, I've been kind of checked out these last couple of weeks. If baseball Twitter, if the fantasy world hasn't been going nuts for Samuel Basayo, I'm a little confused why that might be. So he's my Uncle Barry.
Since May 1st, he has a 92.9 average exit velocity and a 40% sweet spot percentage.
Do people just get bored, do you think? Like, oh, this guy was supposed to be good. Let's move on to the next new guy.
Yeah, because someone else gets called up. That's what happens. It's shiny object syndrome because everybody and their mother has ADD right now.
Not Michael McGreevy.
Yeah, not Michael McGreevy. He's living in the 90s. He's living in the 90s, man. Yellow belly of the week. My yellow belly of the week. This one might make you mad. Is Kyle Stowers, because I know you're a Kyle Stowers fan, but he's been absolutely atrocious this season, Doc. And I think I'm out on him. Swing strike rates are awful. Chase rate is back to like before 2025. Basically, if you look at his under the hood metrics, he's doing the same thing he was doing before last year. If you just look at his 2024 and his 2026, swinging strike rates are just as bad as 2024. The chase rates are just as bad as 2024. The back of the baseball card stats are just as bad as 2024. He actually has more pop-ups since 2024. He's just like regress, and he's hitting the ball in the ground again, 46%, 50% in 2024. Last year in 2025, when Stowers was good, when we had good Stowers, only a 38% ground ball rate. He was hitting the ball in the air. He was pulling the ball. He was not chasing, and he was really good, 25 home runs. I just think that for whatever reason, bad Stowers is back, and I don't think we're going to get it back again. I think in 2025 was unfortunately just an aberration based on what I'm seeing.
No, I mean his ratio. You're wrong, but his ratios they will possibly never be better than that because 288, 368 is like super elite. So that may be true, but I think he's going to pretty easily crack 25 home runs if he's healthy. That's a big thing for him. He's been banged up the last couple of years, and he did start off this year with an injury, a fairly major injury, right? You look at what's going on. He's not reverted to the old ways because the old ways he wasn't walking at all. He had a 6% walk rate in 2024, still high. 11, it's almost 12% this year. He's got a 321 OBP despite not being very good. Like this is good. Like if he catches fire, that's going to go up. So he could still be like a 340 to 350 or higher maybe OBP guy. I think the average is more likely what's going to be coming down. It's just he's not finding the sweet spot right now. He's not barreling up the ball. He's just not hitting the ball. Sometimes you can overanalyze. I'm going to underanalyze for you. Yeah, he's just not hitting the ball well. He's just not doing it right. He's still, when he does, he hits it really hard. Bat speed's great. He's taking walks. But that's Kyle Stowers. So as long as if his bat speed's way down, if he's not hitting the ball hard when he does hit it, of course if he's hitting them on the ground, that probably goes in line with how he's not barreling up the ball, right? He's not on the game like last year. To me, that's a mechanical thing. To me, this is good. Like it's not great because you want him to not do that, but it seems like something that over the course of a long season, as he gets back into the groove. I mean, recall with me here. Kyle Stowers was breaking out last year, and then he fell apart. Remember, there was like a few weeks to maybe a month where people like you thought, I don't know if it was you, but like people like you right now back then were saying, oh, that was it. We saw the best of Kyle Stowers. That was just a hot streak. And they dropped him. I remember I got him in a TGFBI, I was like, what the heck is this guy doing on waivers? Picked him up, and then he hit like 3 home runs in a game, and then he kept hitting more home runs, and he got hot. It lasted for a very long time, and basically throughout the season until he got hurt. So if this is a slump, this is a good slump. You know what I mean? Like 321 OBP. It's not my favorite that he's got 1 home run as a power hitter, believe me. But I think he's going to break out pretty soon. I think I'll be putting him on my Magnificent 7 sooner than later.
See, I knew you wouldn't like that. I wish I had a share I could trade you in a league we're in. All right, Doc, who is your yellow belly of the week?
It's someone who I don't want to be on here. I was so sure he would bounce back, but it's Vinny Pasquantino, and something has to be seriously wrong with him physically. That's the only thing that makes sense for me because, again, what did I just say about Stowers? I'm like, okay, well, still hitting the ball hard, and the bat speed's okay. Vinny's bat speed has gone from 72 last year, 72 to 69. Like the percentile is the 15th percentile this year. 15th percentile this year to from 58th percentile last year. I've been up all day, folks. I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning. So anyway, like this is just like that's something I look for when someone's declining and they're getting old because that means it's probably over soon. They're not able to even swing the bat as hard as they are. Of course, Vinny's 28 in his prime, and he just came off a crazy breakout season. And then remember this: he was an American hero. He saved America, helped them go on through, via Team Italy a few months back. And he was crushing home runs. So all I can think is that something's physically. I think he's mentioned. Am I crazy? I think he mentioned his back. Something's nagging at him. If it's a back injury, that is serious. Like those linger. They don't. It can be tricky to move very suddenly and swing a bat hard. So it's concerning because obviously if it is something like that, he's trying to play through it and it's not working. So he may be heading for the. I think if that's the case, please, sir, hit the IL because we don't want a 194 batting average. We don't want this 605 OPS. There's not like a whole lot to build on right now. And so It's disappointing after such a breakout year, 32 home runs. It's like, oh, finally, we got the power, we got the whole thing. Maybe we can build on this, get back to, even like taking more walks again. Is he doing that? It kind of looks like he's doing that. Yeah, nice. He's taking walks. Maybe he just knows he can't swing the bat well right now.
Yeah,
you're
right. His back. You're right. He has a lower back issue, and it's like he's just fighting through it instead of going on the IL. And it's like back injuries are like infamously really bad. Like we look at like Carlos Correa, Christian Yelich. There's like so
half
many
of our listeners.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like back issues are not fun. So of course he's not going to be having a good season. His EVs are all down, and his BABIP is at 218. It's like it's a mix of bad luck, probably back issues, just not feeling his best every day, running in there at 70 and 80% instead of 90%.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe he just needs a time on the IL, but he's like, I'm here for the team. I don't want to let him down. He is kind of like a leader. Yeah, I don't know. Why are you afraid of him? Don't be afraid of him. I'm not a coward when it comes to
then go take him off my hands. I just give him a thick contract in our salary cap league, dude. 3 years.
Oh,
this is how he repays me.
Woof. He's 28 too. He was older at prospect, so never forget.
Mexican. I mean, he'll be good till he's like. So this guy, not necessarily a physical specimen. He may be on the downturn at 33, but he'll be good for the next few years.
All right, you had a Chalada.
Oh yes, you suck. Kyle Stowers home run, you suck. And Kyle Stowers is the greatest player in the history of baseball. Go on.
All right, you had a Chalada.
We have a 4-man Mount. We have a normal Mount Rushmore. Here's the Mount Rushmore: Kyle Stowers, Michael McGreevy, Caleb Durbin, Victor Scott.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's it right there. And Miles Michaelis is like above the.
Oh, dude,
he's got Simba. His own. He's the crazy horse.
He's Simba in the night sky. He's Miles Michaelis smiling down.
Yeah. All right, Mexican standoff. We're gonna have a good one because you had the Chalada. Let's hear it. That's the Chalada Mexican standoff. This week we have one Miguel Vargas versus JJ Bleday and the infamous Bo Bichette. I had to put Bo Bichette on because the Grogu thing is coming out this week, right? Hence the Star Wars shirt. Boba Bichette, Boba Fett. Let's go. All right, Miguel Vargas, JJ Bleday, Boba Bichette.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy year it's been, in that I take the other two over Bo Bichette, maybe. I don't know. It just feels weird, like this because of the legacy name value. I'm a big trade value guy, and people seem to always want to believe in Bo Bichette, but yeah, if we took that element out of it, Bo is so unreliable, man. For his brand name, like he's had seasons like this one. What was the other one? So that was last year. He came back. Was it 2 years ago? I'm trying to look here. Yeah, 2 years ago. Looked like he was out of baseball. All right, he had his Vinny Pasquantino season apparently. 225 and 277 was that year. Wow, creepy. He's doing it again. It's actually 225, 276 this year. Not good. He does have more pop than that season. I don't think his fantasy owners really are that happy about it. They're like, hey, can we just have a little better like baseball in, please?
Or Mets fans.
I'm just in shock. Again, I've been checked out the last couple of weeks, and I was like, okay, so I've heard people talk about JJ Bleday, and I know who he is because I've been rooting for him in previous years. He wasn't he a very high pick, number 4, fourth overall pick. I've had him on my fantasy teams before, and I've cut him and put him back. I've given him chances, and I finally gave up this year. And now I go check in his Savant page, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck, man? That's the Cincinnati effect. But he's doing it himself too. It's a small sample size. I don't necessarily think this is who he is. I also have been waiting for Jordan Walker to go through another cold stretch. It hasn't really happened. So I don't know. Guess we'll see. Good for him. I mean, this is a great place perfection is a great place to fall from. And then Miguel Vargas. So I got to pick one at the end of this. It's not good. But is that correct? I'm picking like one guy to ride with?
Yes.
All right.
One of these three. Everyone else is dead.
I've always liked Vargas. Every time I talk about him, I like to bring up his scouting report that MLB Pipeline said he was going to compete for batting titles for years to come, and then he hit like 150. But it's happening. You know, he's not actually doing that well in the hitting department per se.
He's got a good approach. Mm-hmm. Points league specialist here with a 15% walk rate and only a 16% carry rate.
Yeah, man. He's again. Prospects can take a while. 26 years old, classic breakout, got a nice build. Not sure where he fits in the long-term plans of the White Sox, but it doesn't matter really, right? Worst case scenario, he gets traded. Like he just needs to at this point, if we're talking about Miguel Vargas, he needs to sustain a career, right? He needs to build himself into an MLB regular, and right now. He's definitely proven that, that he could be that. He's proving that he could be that. He's showing more evidence that he could be that. Last year, I mean, I don't know if anyone really give him credit for the 16 home runs he hit. You know, it's actually like 16 is an awkward number for home runs. It's actually good, but it doesn't sound that sexy. He's already got 11. So if he gets into 20 home run territory, heck, with this kind of start, maybe he breaks 25. Then we're definitely going to take note. And course, it's going to be a long season, but it's cool to see. Yeah, cool to see a guy work his butt off. And
7 steals too. 11 bombs and 7 steals. We could be talking about a 25-15 guy. All right, so who you going with? Who you riding with?
Probably with Vargas. Probably Vargas. Bleday's like if you're playing Savant in a Savant league. If you're playing in Metrics League, yeah, you're like, oh, Bleday is going to be the best player of all time. And I don't know, dude. Maybe he's going to be very good. But I will say, okay, I skipped over this big part of Bleday. Again, it's been a very small sample size for him. He hasn't played as much as the other guys. But his bat speed was always middle of the pack, like 45th percentile and 24. Same deal in 25. And then this year he's got one of the best bat speeds. So that's not something you usually see take up so tremendously, but clearly, he's doing it. So good on him. I'll say Vargas though, just because he's got that. I think he's just got a good all around skill set. And again, like you said, I think that's correct. He's not slow. If he can do 20, if he can be like a 22 home run guy with 13 to 15 stolen bases, so specific 13 to like 17 stolen bases. Maybe he's never 20-20, but just like an all-around solid guy. But you play in OPS or OBP leagues. That's a valuable player. Where are they sticking him at third base still?
They have him at first most of the time.
I was gonna say I don't think he's a good fielder, so that's like a question you have to face.
He's an average fielder, but he has been playing. Let's see here for 2026. We have all first base in 2026 pretty much. Oh no, actually no, mostly third. Look at that. 354 innings at third, 26 at first. Last year was the opposite, 480 at first.
Are you on Fangraphs or are you on Baseball Reference? Where you at?
I am currently on Fangraphs.
Fangraphs is like that's a great site, but it's for me. I always mess up when I'm reading the fielding part. I just don't like the way they do it. Baseball Reference is
too many years. It's like who cares where he was fielding in 2020?
Yeah, it's just like all scattered. Like I want it to be all together. So yeah, this year you can see 42 games at third base.
Yeah.
So that's if you can stick there. But again, on this team, I'm long term probably not. But the next year,
Chalowski, yeah,
but they're not going to be up overnight.
Colson, first base.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna be up overnight. And if he can establish himself as a guy who's got 350 OBP or something like that, he'll find his way onto your fantasy roster and into MLB lineups.
All right, Andy's got the stash. Miguel Vargas winning the Mexican standoff with the killer stash.
He loves a nice chelada.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, he's Cuban. He is not Mexican. So,
I'm not Cuban or Mexican. I like a nice gelato. Why is it always about race with you?
He's about to get invaded, man. All right, that's the podcast. Family's about to get invaded. Yeah. MLB Data Warehouse. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because of Tim, Doc, not John.
Stay sharp, stay hungry, keep them barrels flying high. This is Doc's Dynasty Hour. We'll catch you on the other side.